Hello dear televiewers, welcome to Gaza Media. My name is Giled Atemken. It's over 2 weeks since the historic visit of His Holiness Pope Leo XIV to Cameroon under the unifying theme May All Be One, and Christians in Douala ahead of that landmark encounter carried lots and lots of expectations, dear viewers, hoping for peace, renewed hope, healing and divine blessings. Today we take you back to those moments of anticipation and reflection to find out the extent to which the papal's visit was able to meet the expectations of the faithful. So stay connected as we bring you the voices, the experiences and the reactions of Christians who were able to live this memorable encounter.
2 weeks after the historic and spirit-filled visit of Pope Leo XIV to Cameroon, memories remain vivid in the hearts of many faithfuls under the powerful theme May All Be One. Christians who experienced this remarkable moment firsthand voiced out their experiences filled with emotions, conviction, and testimonies. The Sovereign Pontiff delivered a message that continues to echo across cities, towns, and villages, calling on Cameroonians to rise above division and embrace unity, peace, and reconciliation. From the bustling streets of Douala to the quiet communities in remote areas, the Pope's words have remained a beacon of light. Many Christians believe that if these values are practiced daily, they can contribute significantly to nation cohesion, as the message challenges individuals to renew their commitment to unity, peace, and mutual understanding.
The encounter was in Bamenda, and my expectations were met, because when he landed, I had 2 tickets, the one at the audience in the cathedral and the one at the airport, which was given to me by my CWA General President, Mami Edith, because she asked us that those who attend to indicate. So I indicated and I was part of it. So the first thing that caught my attention was that when the Pope landed in Bamenda, when he came out of his plane, he kissed the ground. We were watching from the cathedral by then. So when he took off from the cathedral, from the airport to the cathedral, I was there. I was one of the first lines. So we actually, when he entered the cathedral, he came out of the car. Then when he climbed up, stood on the stairs and waved the people, the crowd was so, when he waved the people, I felt like it was pouring that passed through my body, and I was feeling some goose pimples in me. So from there, I actually realized that my expectations were met, and what I went for, I actually achieved it, and I was so overwhelmed. Then from the cathedral, after he came out and he had 7 shots with all the other members, and when immediately after that now, we left for the airport. And in Bamenda, I can assure you, buses, all the groups had their buses. I was a CWA member from Douala. I had to enter the bus, which was a CWA Bamenda, and it all led us to the airport. And while at the airport, they asked those who had audience in the cathedral, knowing we were coming from the cathedral, they directed us to another site which was closer to where the priests and the religious were. So I can assure you that the mass that was celebrated, I was directly facing the Pope, and I actually achieved what I had. And I think that in due course, more of those achievements will come. Thank you.
Fortunate to be in Bamenda when the Pope visited Bamenda, and though I wasn't opportune to be closest to where he is, at least I was very opportune to be in the space or the land in which he was in. And I would say my expectations were very met, because he came and spoke about hope, which is what we all wanted to hear. We've been going through a lot in Bamenda, everybody is aware of the crisis in Bamenda. And honestly, the Pope's coming gave a lot of hope to those of us who were there. He encouraged us, he made us to understand that the Holy See is with us in spirit. He made us to realize that he is sympathizing and he has us in prayers. So that brought a lot of hope, because when he left, we actually saw a lot of change from a lot of people, the way they saw the crisis. We all had a lot of hope that his coming will bring change, and we really pray that that change will come and stay in Bamenda.
Okay, can you cite some of those changes that you noticed from his visit?
Well, one thing I realized when the Pope visited is that there was no, how can I put it, denominational, everybody became one. You see Christians from different denominations actually came together. It shows that unity. It shows that irrespective of our maybe different doctrines, we all recognize the Pope as the head of the church, and we're all there to welcome him to Bamenda and to join him in his praying for us.
The feelings before the Pope coming, when I heard he's coming, I was asking myself, with the crowd, am I going to find myself there? But what I said to myself is that I just want to see him, just to see him with my eyes, and I will be okay. My worries, all my difficulties will come to an end. So I stumbled. I left my house the day before at 7 p.m. I slept over on the ground waiting for him, just to see him. And that very moment that he was entering, as I saw him, I don't know, I can explain the current that shook from my feet. Right, that means I just felt a vibration on me. I don't know how I can explain it. It was so wonderful. And that inner peace that I felt was so wonderful. I can say it's a privilege for me to be on the ground, much on the ground, that the representative of Christ walked on. It's just a blessing for me. And I think that it is also, it's really should be a blessing for all those that were there, because it's not given. I don't know whether before God calls me, I would have had the opportunity to be in the same place with the representative of Christ on earth. So it was marvelous. My joy of seeing that day, after that, any other thing can happen to me, because I am fulfilled, sincerely. Before God and man, I know I'm fulfilled.
Actually, I went to the Pope's Mass with my bag of intentions, and for 2 weeks now, I think that some of those intentions were answered, and I still expect the other ones to be answered. When I heard about the Pope coming to Cameroon and to Douala, I said that I was opportune. For all my life, I've never had the opportunity to meet the Pope, and I did not deem it necessary missing the opportunity that I have, because I don't know when I shall ever have another opportunity to meet the Pope. And I was so touched with the 2 masses I followed on television and the one that I attended. He had a message for us, and that was a message of peace. And I learned that the peace is not something that you get from outside. You have peace when you too can be able to give peace. So I was so much touched, and I was happy with his presence.
It had been my long-awaited dream to ever have an encounter with the Catholic Church highest hierarchy. So I went there, even I had a crossover there, and in short, I'm satisfied. And I had the opportunity of having a snapshot with him, though from a distance. I enjoyed his preaching, his message of peace, reconciliation. I think if we are to practice what our Father in faith brought for us, I think the world would be a better place. He spoke so well. He did not dilute his words. Face to face, he tells you what you know. He does not tell you what you want to hear. He tells you what is to be said. I think I was completely satisfied.
Now it's 2 weeks on after he left Cameroon. So what do you think has changed as per the message he gave to Cameroonians?
I think change is a gradual process. We may not just expect automatic change, but I think it's a gradual process, because from all indications, I already heard that they are talking about, for example, the NOZO, Northwest-Southwest crisis, that they are already talking about all Anglophones conference. Something is being worked on in the pipeline, and I learned the government is to pilot that. So gradually we may get there, and I'm still very, very optimistic that we might still have another inclusive dialogue where everything will be said, will be discussed.
Viewers, the Pope just left Cameroon 2 weeks ago, and I want to find out from you with a message he left to Cameroonians, calling on all Cameroonians, whether Christians or non-Christians, to choose unity over division, dialogue over violence, and justice over corruption. So I want to hear your take. The message has been given out to Cameroonians. What is there to be done so that we can be able to achieve all of this?
Thank you for that. I'm Evangeline Metaka. So my view on this in terms of the takeout is that as a Christian, all changes begins with me. And I think the home is one of a great community which impacts the outer community. So we need we need to start building our homes, very well. We need to ensure that peace, unity starts from the home, and that's where we will have the outcome, which will be the outer community that we need. And in terms of change, I think as individuals, we all have something to change from our ways of working. We have something to change in terms of the way we do things and how we respond, to those around us. Because it's a little change, but that little change has got a great impact.
So, we should not be counting only on our leaders. Personally, me as a catechist, working in the parish as a catechist, I need to spread this message of peace. And by spreading this message of peace, I will begin with myself to give peace to my own self or to my own family before I will go and give peace to other people. And as a catechist too in my own life, I will begin also, or I started to transmit this message of peace in my doctrine, as I'm teaching doctrine, adults, all those students. I will make sure that I include the message of peace which the Pope brought in my own doctrine that I'm teaching the people. And that is how I have to do to spread this message of peace that the Pope brought to go to the ends of this Archdiocese of Douala.
As long as a leader does not lead the way he's supposed to lead, there's bound to be chaos. There's bound to be unrest. So the Pope's message for peace touched me. What can we as Christians, or what can I, let me talk about myself, what can I do? The Pope, from the Pope's message, I am expected to be an instrument of peace as a person. So wherever I go, I'm expected to sow peace. Where there's trouble, I should sow peace. Where there's hatred, I should sow love. Where there's joy, or where there's sadness, I should try to sow joy.
Religious leaders continue to emphasize that the Pope's message is clear, and what has to follow now is action so that Cameroon can move forward united in purpose, anchored on faith, and guided by the enduring values of peace, justice, and solidarity, as true peace begins within the human heart and spread to families, communities, and nation as a whole.
Is left to be done.
Now it's time to put all this into practice. And the Pope said to us, he said, this change is something we should begin now, not tomorrow. That we should carry it. And it's all of us. It's not for any set of person, different, it's for everybody. So we have the responsibility to continue to choose dialogue over violence, to choose peace over crisis, and unity over division. So we as Christians, we as human beings, people who are living in this country, we must carry out this work. Each of us have responsibility. Each of us is a responsibility that has been trusted to us. So we must make effort in our family, in our community, wherever we find ourselves. We should be agent of peace, agent of unity, and agent of dialogue. These are the things the Pope has left for us. And we should begin, not tomorrow, not projecting to any other person, with you, and it begins today. And that is the message.
C'est une grande joie que vous m'accordiez encore une fois de plus la parole pour donner mes impressions par rapport à la venue du pape ici au Cameroun. Le pape est venu en messager de l'évangile. Il est messager de l'évangile. Et je suis très content parce que ce que je m'attendais et je suis convaincu qu'il a apporté ce dont je m'attendais moi-même. Le message, parce que le pape, ce n'est pas quelqu'un qui vient imposer les choses dans votre pays, mais il est le messager, comme le Christ, qui annonce la parole de Dieu. Et quand il annonce, il dénonce et il propose. Maintenant, ceux qui veulent suivre ce chemin, suivent. Ceux qui ne veulent pas suivre ce chemin vont à leur propre perdition. Et c'est ça, c'est ce que le pape a fait. Il est venu au Cameroun, il a dénoncé le mal, la corruption, et il nous a proposé la justice, il a dénoncé les violences, il a proposé la paix, il a dénoncé donc beaucoup de mots au milieu de nous. Et il a proposé quelque chose, ce que nous devons faire. Maintenant, c'est à nous de prendre ce qu'il nous a apporté comme nouvelle et de le mettre sur le plateau pour que chacun de nous s'interroge.
As the echoes of this historic visit continue to resonate, one question remains. Will Cameroon heed the call and build a future where unity prevails over division?
Dear viewers, that was it for today. And as Pope Leo reminded Cameroonians during that visit, the call is clear that leaders and citizens, Christians and non-Christians, must choose unity over division, dialogue over violence, and justice over corruption. This message, dear viewers, continues to echo across the nation Cameroon. Though a challenge, but if embraced, peace will not just be hoped for, but will be built together. Dear viewers, this is where we draw the curtains of this report. For Gaza Media, I have been Diled Atemken reporting live from Douala, Cameroon.